Mm-hmm. So I want to see a provider so I can see a a clinician to talk to about my PTSD, um, and see someone who can debrief me and do the kind of behavioral health therapy that helps me with that and helps me stay really conscious and like metacognate correctly and like stay really high functioning. And that's mostly what's important to me, just like staying really high functioning because I've been compliant with mental health care. I'm taking all my medicines. I go to the clinic regularly, and I'm just staying really med compliant and working with all my doctors. Um, and I need to see a psychiatrist because I have a depressive disorder, major depressive disorder, and I take a medicine for that every night that helps me sleep. Um, so I need to get that prescribed and ideally pick it up at the clinic I go to, which is Neighbor Care at 45th Street. They have a pharmacy there, and the numbers all listed online. So it's Neighbor Care, 45th Street Pharmacy. Um, and it's to help with my major depressive disorder, but it does help me sleep because it's mirtazapine, so it's an NASSA that helps with the reuptake and production of serotonin in my brain. So it helps me not only have the right serotonin to put my brain to sleep, but also the right neurochemistry to wake up at the right time in the morning, so I'm not really exhausted during the day, and I don't feel like I'm oversleeping or anything like that. Yeah, but otherwise, I'm mostly asymptomatic. I mostly just take the mirtazapine, and it helps me. And then I'm also taking gender affirming HRT, so I might need a letter of referral from you guys for like referrals I need. I might need a letter of recommendation for gender affirming care. But I'm not sure if I'll need that yet. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. If you could get a psych referral to have a clinician just see me regularly and fill the mirtazapine, that'd be perfect for me. Mhm. I referred myself. Yeah. So, or I did ask a doctor, but she just said I didn't need a referral, so she just punched the number into the paperwork. She copied it from like a referral sheet she had and punched it into my paperwork. Just copy paste, and I went in and found your website, and then I found the number on your website was the same number she had on there. It's just the intake number, and I called that number. Hmm. Okay. No. No. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. No, nothing like that. Sorry. Yeah. Um, no, I haven't done anything like that. Um, yeah. I was recently. How recent? Like within the last year or last several years, or not? Nothing within the last year. Nothing really too stressful. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, I am diagnosed with MDD. And in terms of psychiatric diagnosis, oh, I guess it's um, I was also diagnosed with PTSD, but it was by a naturopath. So the naturopath wanted me to use a medical cannabis for it, and not use like recreational cannabis products. And I do that, of course. Yeah, use the state licensed, federally licensed products and all that. Yeah, I was diagnosed with PTSD in 2017. I was diagnosed with MDD last year. Okay. No, I'm not. Um, Uh, I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, I did fall 60 feet last year, so I have pain in my legs. I fell 60 feet from a balcony last year, and I had 60 feet. Yeah, about 60 feet. And I have pain in my legs from that. This was last year. Yeah, last April. Mostly in my legs and my feet and my ankle. Yeah, I do see a primary care regularly. Um, I'm usually not too impulsive. Yeah, I don't have really highly impulsive behavior. No, I don't use any substances. No, not usually. No. 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 Yeah, I have, yeah. No, there isn't. No, I don't have anything like that. No dangerous weapons. Mm-hmm. Um, I would say I don't fear death. I have plenty of reasons to live, like a will and a purpose and all that. Willpower, at least. And I do have a good few supporters here. Mostly just my kind of network of people who feed me on my EBT card are really supportive, and they help make sure my money is in the right place and I get everything I need. And I have a good few other supporters. I have support from the group I go to. Um, and yeah, yeah, definitely. I have, yeah. Um, yeah, I could tell you a little bit about it. Um, yeah. Or actually, I think I'd rather talk to a clinician about it. Yeah. Um, yeah, I have experienced some abuse of all those categories. I had an abusive adoptive family while I was growing up. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I was exploited by the people I grew up with. Um, and exploited further on by other human traffickers. I actually found out when I was in well, I sort of knew before, but my email was hacked when I turned 18, and then I found out a bunch of content was posted online, and it wasn't content I was consenting to the sites that was posted in, and I also wasn't legally identified with the ID. Um, I wasn't at least subjectively identified with the ID I was using, so I was concerned about getting in trouble, and I had a bunch of material that was trafficking me removed just to try to minimize what was happening to me and minimize the impact the network was having on my body. Um, yeah, somewhat. But I do have a home, so I have a pretty good support system, and I also get a lot of support from the SPD and from the mental health system. It's like getting these people into resources that actually get their bodies healthy enough that they're not doing that to people. And most people don't. So I get along pretty well. Um, this was mostly something that kind of followed me around back when the family I was with was the family that didn't legally adopt me was trafficking me. That that mostly followed me to their home, not mine. Yeah, I wasn't legally adopted. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. 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 Sorry, can I leave and come back and take medicine? I'll just be gone like a minute. Is that okay? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm just going to my bathroom. Okay, sorry. I got up a little late today and I didn't take my meds I usually take. Okay, I'll be fine though. It's just like I take stuff that keeps me from breaking out in my face, and then my face like starts breaking out when I've been short like even a couple of doses. But I'm all caught up, so I'm okay. Yeah. Mhm. 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 I would say none apply. Yeah, I'm pretty good at managing care for myself, and I am eating. I am eating too. Yeah, I think the food bank is actually open today. Our maps will tell me. Yeah. Oh no, it's open Thursday. I'll go to Thursday to the food bank, but I have a few things from them I got yesterday. So yeah, yeah. Thursday is their last day open, so I just have to remember to get in there. But I also like still have say again. Yeah, they're often open like 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. They're open 3 days a week, 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. One day they're open 10 to like 3, almost 3. Yeah. But yeah, the I still have a bunch of fresh goods from Costco, like from a couple months ago that have lasted in my fridge, like carrots and stuff like that. Last really nice. Yeah, those are good. Mm. Uh, so this is any time in the past? Oh, okay. So that's not recent. Yeah. Um, yeah. I would say none of those apply. I'm none of those are going on recently. I've been able to keep myself in homes that are like away from the alcoholism problem that was kind of associated with the trafficking. So that just keeps me away mostly from that kind of intoxicated, like low functioning sort of criminality state of people living in Seattle. There are places that just don't have that problem. Or where you can at least have a locking unit that doesn't have that problem individually. Yeah. I just had to get a place that really locked. Because when it was like my landlord had a key, or my landlord had a house manager with a key and he was an alcoholic and he would get into my room and yeah, yeah. Mm. It's okay, yeah. I just have to really keep the alcohol in moderation. Because it can be really fun to have a drink every couple of months. And honestly, I like doing that better because then I have more of an effect from it and I don't feel sick. But like when it's really getting to be like levels of BAC that are too high. Like I was a driver at that point, so it was just plain scary for me. Like I wasn't having a good time driving. It's no fun to be to have BAC and be driving. It's just it feels really uncomfortable, especially when we're not wanting to have those drinks that are going into our bodies and our mouths are just at right at the top of our bodies. Yeah, yeah. Alcohol is scary like that. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.